last week on Everybody Has a Podcast.
I think it's time we form a crew and compete at the streets. Trust me.
The streets is about the best dance crews showing off what they've got.
I like it.
Careful, Andy West. I might just give you a compliment one day.
You realize with those competitions, you are risking everything.
Let's do this.
She has more talent and more conviction than anyone else I know. You're an amazing little dancer, you know that?
Little. She just did that for dramatic effect.
And Talk 6 is taking fire. Okay, divert south of the river. Divert. I see you over the red guys. I just called them. Yes, they will.
Since the dawn of the first age, by the elders it was foretold, a mighty few that would rise when needed most. Their words would inspire enlightenment among the common. As it was prophesied, it has come to pass. Everybody has a podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Everybody Has a Podcast. I'm Ryan. Joining me as always is Clark.
What's up?
What is up, Clarkster? And coming to us with absolutely no energy, even though I asked him to.
I thought you were talking about Clark. I thought Clark was finishing his deal.
Producer Jungle James, he's producing energy.
I'm very clearly energetic.
You just produced one more clip, one more production than you did at your uncle's lap.
That's true. That's true.
Producer Jungle James, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
It's good to have you, man.
I'm feeling really energetic. I feel like I've had like 16 5-hour energies. That's like 400 hours.
What is the math on that? What's 16 times 5? That's 80. 80 hours of energy, man.
320 hours off.
What would you do with that?
With 80 hours of energy?
Yeah.
Exercise.
Would you?
No.
I think we'd just kind of roll over and have a heart attack.
Yeah, I would probably end up going to the ER. I hear that's what happens if you take too many 5-hour energies.
I've done that. There's a story there. This is Everybody Has a Podcast, episode number 4. I'd like everybody to help us out a little bit. Check out our website, everybodyhasapodcast.com. Of course, we do Facebook because MySpace is gone. It's dumb. MySpace was way cooler. Go to facebook.com/everybodyhasapodcast. Go to twitter.com and tweet us some dick pics. Twitter.com/everybodypod. Last but not least, I want you to get our website. There's a nice, pretty Audible link in the very top right. You'll see it. You'll see it right there. It has Steve Jobs, because God, Steve Jobs is an amazing, glorious man who invented everything. And click on that Audible link. What I want you to do is sign up for the free trial. What you get one free audiobook for 30 days. Guess what we get? We get $10. We need more studio equipment. I have big plans here, and I can't do this without your help. So check it out. Help us out. I think that's all I've got for the intro.
If they have the World War Z audiobook, yes. I highly recommend it. It's read by a full cast. It has Alan Alda.
Really?
It has Mark Hamill is in it.
Brad Pitt doesn't read it? I don't understand.
No Brad Pitt. He has nothing to do with any
I
of that
do not
whole
understand.
Thing. Alan Alda's in it. Mark Hamill. The guy Henry Rollins reads a character in it. Like it's a fantastic audiobook. I recommend listening to that book more than I recommend reading that book.
Does Brad Pitt read the Legends of the Fall audiobook?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Does Anthony Hopkins?
Is he in Legends of the Fall?
Yeah, he's the dad.
I've never read. I've never seen.
Dude, it's just the bear reading that book.
Dude, let's create an Audible audiobook for movies, like the Legends of the Fall book, but let's just play the movie and see how long it takes for people to catch on.
That would be.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
We would go to jail. We'd go to jail.
I don't know if we'd go to jail, but there would definitely be a cease and desist somewhere along the lines. We'd put a lot of misspent effort into it.
Yeah. So, hey, if you don't know who this guy is, because I've already told you, producer Jungle James used to help me out on my old podcast, Your Uncle's Lap. Good friend of the show. He's sitting in for the, is this the third host interview? What's the official name for what we're doing there, Clarkster?
Oh God, you're putting me on the spot here.
God forbid I ask you to be on the spot on our podcast.
Yeah, I'm not a thinker. Like, I would say
you're a stinker, is what you are.
Yeah, I have no idea, dude.
You're a little stinker.
It's interviews. We're with Katie Couric.
We're rotating people through, and if it feels good for Jungle James, and if it feels good for us, we're gonna go for it. And this is what you're gonna hear is just the trio, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're all day like this.
Jungle James, what has been going on with you, man? Give me some stories. Give me some thoughts.
Stories. I actually went on, like, this is really sad. Like, I mean, it's sad. So, I spent the whole day on Tuesday trying to figure out if I was going on a date or not. There was a girl who used to work at Walmart with me back whenever I was going to college.
So she's classy.
Clearly. And I always had a crush on her. Was always digging her, and we were never in the right place. She was with a guy that was a pretty shitty dude.
Was he like lead sales of auto department?
No, he was not. He did not work there. I don't know what he did. He was
made
more.
Keys.
He's in the key department.
The people in sporting goods made keys that are little. We had a small Walmart. We had the hometown Walmart. We
Oh,
didn't have
okay.
the Supercenter in LaGrange.
Can I interrupt you for 2 seconds? I need to know. Now I'm already interested. Are there cliques within Walmart? Is one department the cool department? How did this work?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, absolutely. I mean, holy shit. I mean, for sure. So like, I was in Garden Center.
That doesn't sound like a very cool department.
It is the coolest because we were outside of the store.
Nobody smells funny in there.
Nobody ever like fucked with our world. Like we were all on our own like little deal. Like the managers never came out there because it was either hot or cold. I mean, this is Texas, so it's either one or the other.
Sure.
So like we were all on our own little thing over there. Like nobody ever messed with us. The managers ever came out there. So like everyone would come out to Garden Center. Like we were the cool place to hang out. So
no one came over and fucked with your gardenias.
No, my favorite thing to do though, like I loved the forklift, like because I'm lazy as fuck, so I did everything with the forklift. Everything that you could possibly humanly do with the forklift, I could do with the forklift.
You're loading cars with it.
Yeah, I mean like anything. Yeah, oh for sure, I was loading cars with it. I mean like, dude, believe me, like they would be like every time like somebody would like I want like 100 bricks or whatever, I would be like, this pallet of bricks has like I don't know. 200 bricks or like 170 bricks on it. I would rather move 70 bricks off of it, load the whole fucking pallet into their car than load 100 bricks into their car manually.
No, Jungle James, that's just efficiency right there.
Right, no, I mean, I think the same thing or whatever, but like, it was like, I mean, if it was like 199 bricks, I would move 99 bricks off and load that whole pallet into that car.
That's still efficiency.
How much did it really piss you off that like would little old ladies just walk in there with like a jug of milk and want to be checked out in the garden section?
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, it happened. Didn't it?
Pretty well. I mean, we were pretty draconian, so like we were pretty pretty hardcore about it or whatever. Like we kept like this register is closed sign up there. So anytime we saw somebody like even though it wasn't really closed, we were pretty shitty about it. So we would put like this register is closed sign and immediately walk because we were also over 2 other departments. We were over toys, which is a pretty sweet gig. Not really, because kids fuck with toys a lot. So it's like the most messed up area in the store, other than like clothes, I guess. And then we were over seasonal as well. So
ooh, that's a good one.
It is great during Halloween, especially because you get to fuck with all the Halloween stuff or whatever and Christmas stuff. But I mean, I actually loved working at Walmart for what it's worth, or whatever. So, anyways, we've got
it's not worth a lot.
Yeah, we've gotten way off on the whole date. So, anyways, Hannah. I mean, the girl worked there.
I'll edit that in. I'll edit that. Let's lay something down. Beatrice. All right, go.
Beatrice worked out there at the garden center with me, and her boyfriend was like I said, a huge piece of trash. Pretty sure I'm not actually pretty sure. I'm absolutely certain he's currently in jail. Pretty white trash kind of human being, and so it was very public that I liked her. Everyone kind of knew about it, and like we were just never like I was never gonna have a chance, and like. Her boyfriend was like stereotypically like high school bully mean to me. Like he would like yeah, like he would like come in and be like I mean he would just say the worst fucking things or whatever. So like
you dropped your ant poison, nerd, pick it up.
Yeah, like things that like now that I carry a gun, I probably would have shot him for. Like even though that like I know that that's not okay like to shoot people over, but like I'm still at the point now where like it was so mean or whatever that like I don't know if I could have stopped myself, but which is why I guess I shouldn't carry a gun. But then so yeah, I dug her and never worked out. So fast forward like 6 years later, she has like a kid and everything, and I friended her on Facebook.
Is this kid of mixed race of any kind?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, that dude's white and she's white.
Right on.
Well, you didn't answer the question.
I mean, he's a little dark. I don't know. I mean,
So he's like, I like my 6-piece meal.
Yeah, don't ruin this for me. So, I don't even want to go there in my mind right now. So, I randomly out of nowhere, I was feeling pretty down, and I saw she was online on Facebook. And Facebook's like the tool to like bring people like from your past back into your life, whether you want them to or not.
Sure.
And have sex with them, yeah.
Which didn't happen. Which Clark was like certain was going to happen.
Spoiler alert.
Like Clark was like certain. He was like, "You're in, dude. Like you have this. Like clearly, like this is you're."
I'm pretty sure I said something to that effect too.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. Everyone seems so confident in this. I didn't even know if it was going to be a date or not. So I messaged her. And we started chatting, and after a short period of time, I was like, "Man, you really have me missing home or whatever, and wanting to hang out." And she was like, "Well, come to town and hang out." And I was like, "Wow." I was like, "Well, why don't we go to dinner or lunch or whatever? I'll come to town." And she was like, "Well, I got to work this weekend, but why don't I come to you?" And LaGrange is like an hour and a half away. And I was like, "That's cool. That's great. When do you want to do it?" And she was like, "Well, Tuesday." And I'm like next week Tuesday? And she's like, "No, tomorrow." And I'm like, holy cow. Like, I mean, like, this is pretty rapidly moving, so I'm getting pretty excited about it. Now,
That's not enough time to shave your taint.
Which I did not. But I did get pretty clean. I got my hair cut or whatever. So I was pretty excited, but I spent the whole day really obsessing over it. And I was really misled, I guess, because she said, I was like, "Where do you want to eat?" She was like, "Somewhere with good wine, wink." So, like, in my mind...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in my mind... Like, you're coming to town. It's an hour and a half away. You want to kick back some wine. That's a real good excuse to, like,
sure.
I guess I can't drive home tonight.
I'm so drunk.
I guess
James.
the babysitter is watching my boy over.
You know what I like? I like sex.
I guess my babysitter is watching the boy overnight. I hope she doesn't care. So I got really excited. So I was really mixed signals in my mind, and I overanalyzed everything in my life, especially in regards to, like, romance. So I got to the date. She looked great to me. I mean, like she looked really good. We had a great like conversation. She was very, very, very funny, very cool, and I really liked her, which is how I knew that there was no way this could have been a date. So we left, and I'm no kid, just a hug. We did hug though.
Front hug or side hug?
Front hug.
Did she feel your boner?
I don't think I had a boner or whatever. Famously, I mean that's like. Not a big thing for me. Like, boners don't happen that often.
That's why you're not getting laid, sir.
Yeah, you got to get a boner before you get some.
So if I would have had a boner, it would have magically like put the mood right. Like,
look, man, you can slap
a. Feel your boner through your basketball shorts. She's down.
Totally.
Well, that did not happen. I was wearing khakis, not basketball shorts.
Strike two.
Basketball khakis?
No, I mean they were just regular, normal, like from the big and tall khakis.
Okay, but like all the way down, or like Robert Muldoon khakis from Jurassic Park, like the shorts.
No, just all the way down.
I think you should go for the really short shorts, man.
I wonder if they were shorts. No, they were pants. They were pants. They were
above
pants.
The knee, all the way, baby.
Because I had got my shoes shined at the country club, so like I was looking really, really hard. I was looking as best as I get.
To all the people who don't know, it's not like James is a member of this country club; he works there.
Why the fuck did you have to kill that off? Like, no wonder I don't get any fucking pussy. Like, Jesus Christ. You could have just let that one ride out. Like, nobody needed that explanation.
You do get all the perks.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
You got your shoes shine. I've never done that before.
Yeah, I got my shoes shine. Today, for lunch out there, I had lamb, kind of like a lamb meatloaf, and they have some really good french fries out there. And for dessert, I had a pecan ball, which is like ice cream rolled in pecan.
Pecan balls.
Yeah, but you just worked there.
Yeah, but I just worked there.
Were you making that pecan ball in the cafeteria because you worked there?
No, I like this. Like I ordered off the menu and got my own pecan ball.
I like it.
So
I paid for it and everything.
Huh? Yeah,
I paid for it and everything.
No, I didn't pay for it. I mean, it's free.
Because you worked there.
God damn it, Clark. So, anyways, we wow, I got way off on the date. So that was that. So I've got to the point now where I'm kind of like too old to kind of pussyfoot around. I'm like, I'm just gonna like go for it, and like I don't want to waste my time or waste her time or whatever. So I'm like, was this like a date or like She was like, I think it was like two friends who set a date to get to know each other, and I was like, wah, wah, wah,
no. First of all, you approached that a little bit wrong how you said it.
Yeah.
But also, she didn't totally shut you down with her response.
She didn't. I'm getting to that. So she goes, and she goes, but after dinner, I would be open to going on a date.
Oh.
That being said, so there's I haven't told you the latest since then. So I sent her a text yesterday. So this was Tuesday, and this is now Thursday. So I sent her a text yesterday, being Wednesday, and I made some joke about going to Olive Garden for lunch when I had just had Riali's the night before, which is also Italian. And I have yet to this moment got a response.
Huh.
So that's like, in my opinion, like I don't feel like that's crazy. I think expecting a response in like 48 hours is legit.
I concur. Clark, what do you think, man? Weigh in on this.
Well, I'm gonna. This is not a slam or anything, but like the biggest problem with this whole scenario was you asked if it was a date.
What was I supposed to do?
Let her fill your boner through your basketball shorts.
Oh god! I mean, realistically,
realistically speaking, that's just not even a conversation you have because she'd never say it's a date. Now let me blow you. You'd be like, hey, let's go back to my place, have some mojitos, or some shit like that.
What I would
really
do
sounds like a line I would say. Like, let's go back to my place and have some mojitos.
It's just that when you pose it as a question, it comes off as lack of confidence, and they don't respond to that. So the correct action would be you quietly, as far as she's concerned, you quietly know it's a date in your mind, and you're not going to accept that it's not a date as an answer.
So can I make a confession that it's actually probably was said a little bit worse than that?
Oh, god damn it.
Well, he's pulling out his phone, looking at his text right now, so he didn't even say it. It sounds like he was texting her from 3 feet away.
We had left dinner at this point.
Winky face.
Actually, it's way worse than I just all presented it.
All right, well, let's go. Read it, Jungle James. What did you produce?
Oh, shit. What's the next segment? Like, do we have something else after this?
No, dude. I mean, let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I said, well, anytime you want to get together again, I would love to. That's okay. Let's break this down. That's
Clark,
okay.
that's good.
Not bad. That's fine.
She says, yeah, definitely. So this is where it gets bad.
Well, stop. Clark, what's the response?
What's his response?
What would be the response?
What should I have said?
You say that. Go.
No, that's fine. That's what I say. I mean, let's get. I had a really good time. I'd like to see you again.
And well, no, when she says yeah, definitely. What do you say?
Exactly.
Cut contact for 48 hours.
I like that bold move. That's actually good. I would have just said, all right, well, I'll see you next week at Wednesday, and I'll take you out here.
Okay, so
but I like Clark's.
That is absolutely not what happened.
Oh, he's crying.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh God. I said...
Cry into my bosom, Jungle James.
I said everyone was like, is it a date or is it not a date? LOL. I was like, I have no idea.
Oh. That's why... Wait, so she didn't respond after that?
She did respond. She said...
Was it a picture of her open, gaping butthole?
Oh, God. I don't know why I'm reading this. She said, well, it was more like we made a date to catch up. I should have just either stopped there or cut my losses.
Yeah, I mean...
So the response from there is, well, next time we'll go on a date.
I said, well, if you want to go on a date,
okay,
I would absolutely love to.
Okay, good. Save.
She says, I'm open to that.
All right.
All right, so you're fine.
So I said...
But he didn't shut up.
So I said, no, this is okay. I said, okay, we'll pick a day and let me know if you want me to come to you or if you want to come to me. And she says, I will let you know. I have to check my schedule. But I will let you know. And I said, sounds great. Have a safe trip home. I'm off to bed.
Done. Boom.
That was it.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Not horrible.
I mean, you saved.
Yeah.
Miss and a save. Is that a term? Is that a sports term? I don't know sports.
Well, I mean, that was Tuesday. And then
Miss and a save.
Wednesday, I said, and I'm having Olive Garden for lunch. I don't think they have veal because we had a whole conversation about what places have veal and not have veal.
Okay, that's a good icebreaker to get back in.
And no response. That was at 12 p.m. yesterday.
Okay, Clark, what should he do next?
You're gonna give it till the weekend, till like Sunday.
So there's nothing I should send her right now.
No, hell no.
You got to look like you don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're off banging bitches and hanging out.
Yeah.
She knows that's not the case. I mean, she knows who I am.
Quit telling her that.
I mean, I didn't tell her. I mean, she just knows that.
You need to go buy a giant gold chain before you see her next.
The thing is, you have to... I mean, it's all about the chase. We talked about this in a previous podcast episode, which I'm sure James has listened to over and over and over again. She's a great fan of the show.
I've listened to them all.
Yeah. Okay, so you've heard us talk about the chase. And that's what the chicks want, man. They don't... It doesn't matter if, they've known you for 5 minutes or 5 years or 50 years. They need that fucking chase.
Well, see, that's why
Either you're going to chase her or she's going to chase you. It doesn't matter what you look like or whatever, you can always change that dynamic if you have the willpower and the confidence.
Well, are you implying that there's something wrong with the way I look, Clark? That I would think that I have something wrong with the way I look? I'm a fucking beautiful man.
No, I'd bang you.
Okay, thank you. So, no, see, that's why I kind of like have been like on this whole like single mom kind of kick, because I feel like single moms are more like apt to be straight to the point. Like they know what they're looking for. They've already gone through and lost it, and like that's why I feel like they're very open to being straightforward. They don't want to fuck around. They know if they like a guy, and like that's why, like, you know, I have previously dated a girl with a child, and it really opened me up to the idea of children. And so, you know, I am to the point now where I would almost prefer dating someone who already has a child.
Well, it's refreshing, right? Because 23-year-old girls are a pain in the ass.
They are. I mean,
unfortunately, they're also the hottest ones.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Let's adjust what you said a little bit, though. Now, you're right. Having a kid, it kind of puts everything in perspective into them. They're like, look, I don't want to waste time. They probably can't afford to if they want to. It's also just older chicks. I've found inserting myself into situations, inserting myself into some 30-year-olds.
Has that happened?
30-year-old chicks are way cooler. Like, chicks around that age range are way cooler.
Well, let me chime in on this one, because I would have to say that with single moms, it's a crapshoot, dude. Because you're either going to find a super down-to-earth chick who just got screwed and is trying to put her life back together and just like wants to be happy, or you're going to find a fucking psycho bitch who like doesn't know
That's a good point.
how the real world works.
Yeah, I mean,
and you know she's living
what
off
are the chances of that?
Child support and all that kind of bullshit. You know?
But I mean, I would say, a chick with a kid around 30 years old is a good way to go. And let's face it, Jungle James, you're not getting any younger either. You're getting up there. You're getting up to 30.
I'll be 30 next year.
Yeah, totally, man.
I'll be 29 at Disney this year.
I'll be 29 in 2 days.
Well, I mean, we're entering that phase in our life where the chicks are starting to kind of refresh. Now all the hot chicks have a kid, but they're still hot sometimes.
Yeah.
So
or they're really not hot.
Yeah, but you know, this is life's second chance. So.
Right on.
Well, I'm hoping that happens. Like, I'm pretty awkwardly, I'm pretty shy, like I'm pretty quiet. So
okay, I think to just kind of put a bow on this little topic, I think you should approach this next. Wait until like Sunday. Send her a text back. Say, hey, if you're free Wednesday, let me take you out to here. Offer to go to her. Don't give her an excuse to say no.
I did. I mean, I have completely offered to go to her.
No, but tell her.
You're going to do it again.
Tell her. You know what I'm saying? Don't pose it so much as a question as much as I'm going to do this, I'll see you then. And she can say no, of course, to that, or she can blow you off. If she blows you off one time, change your day. Say,
I know where she works now. I'll just go in there.
Bitch, I know where you work. I'll find you.
She's a waitress.
Say that, too. Say, I know where you work. I'll find you. Don't try to run.
She's a waitress.
They respond really well to that, man.
So I'll go in there and tip her really big or whatever. I'll do that whole thing or
really
whatever.
You'll give her the tip really big. You know what I'm saying?
Not really big. I mean, like...
Clarkster.
Speaking of romance and love and compassion and all these great things... So I've been looking around the internet, you pop into the regular websites. We all have about 3 or 4 that we really, really hit every day, all day kind of thing.
JizzTube.com?
Yeah, for sure. But there was one today. I was looking around on YouTube, and I came across... I don't watch his videos every once in a while. This guy named Amazing Atheist. Have you heard of this guy?
This is the guy, it's the stereotypical meme where he's got the black shirt. It says, I'm an atheist, debate me. Is that him?
Yes.
Okay, I hate them. God.
I haven't seen, like, this is a completely new thing to me.
Do you get, like, the atheist stereotype? Like, I'm a smug atheist. I know it all. Like, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if... I want to preface by saying it does not matter if you're a Christian, atheist, Hindu. I don't give a shit. But whenever you come across as a condescending asshole to everybody else about your belief system, then you put a target on your back for me to talk shit about you.
Absolutely.
I agree, and I think the atheist stereotype, and we can argue on on a scale of 0 to 100 how true that stereotype is. It's fucking annoying. That's their stereotype.
Yeah, I mean, like atheism as a whole, like their whole premise for existing is the complete argument against Christianity. So like they say with 100% certainty that there is no God, but how can you do that?
Yeah, which is just as dumb as saying I know 100% there is a God.
Yeah. Just live your life, do your thing. I don't give a shit. I don't care what your opinions are, really. Nobody's ever come out of a debate between an atheist and a Christian, and one of them has changed their mind.
Right.
It's never happened.
Right.
And it never will. So, all y'all, Christian and atheist, go fuck yourselves. I'm tired of hearing about it.
You would almost argue you're a fucking moron if you even try to argue it or make a point. Like, who cares?
Yeah. Well, this guy acts very self-righteous. He compliments anytime somebody gets busted, like Christian or whatever, that does something stupid and admittedly probably wrong or against the belief system of Christianity, he's like, all of Christianity is stupid, look at that guy, you know. And he pretty much lays out the whole entire philosophy of be an atheist because there is no moral difference than us than Christians, you know, and that may be true, and that's fine. But he acts like he's on a higher level, emotionally, mentally, all this other crap.
Well,
right?
Clark, religion doesn't weigh him down, man. It doesn't control his life. Atheism is so freeing. Like, you have to do 4 hours of atheist videos every day. It's so liberating and so free, man. It doesn't tie you down like Christianity does.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was looking at his YouTube video, and everybody kept mentioning something called Bananagate. And I'm like, what the fuck is Bananagate?
It sounds like if that fat guy in the middle of Hollywood Squares, the big guy with the beard, was in some sort of a presidential mishap. What's that guy? Who is that guy? Anyways, go on.
It's ridiculous. So I was like, what the fuck is Bananagate? It sounds like a scandal. So... So I start, obviously, you know, you hit the Google and you instantly type in Bananagate, right?
I'm a Bing man, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I look it up, and there's all these links to all these videos. It's like, his real name is JT something, and, which is, you know, anyways. So
no, I want to know where that thought was going. I want to know where the JT thought was going.
JT's an asshole name.
That's just an asshole name. Yeah, fuck him.
What about Justin Timberlake?
That's his real name.
His first name is JT.
Oh, okay.
You don't have the right to have initials as your first name unless you're DJ Tanner.
What about JTT?
No. Gets worse.
Or DJ Jazzy Jeff is also a DJ name you're allowed to have.
Ooh, I agree. All right, carry on, sir.
Okay, so I click on it, and it's just this nasty, burly, fucking hairy white dude with, you know, shitty, you know this typical nerdy guy, antisocial, long, gross, nappy, greasy hair. And he's just he's fucking naked, and it's gross, dude.
Wait, so the Amazing Atheist is naked in this video?
Yeah, it turns out, I'm like, that guy looks familiar, and I did type in Bananagate. No, it's him.
And it turns out it's Ryan Fielder.
So, no, like...
Yeah, like, whenever you started saying all this, like, the guy's naked with, like, a banana up his ass and oil all over him, there's, like, this look of fear on Ryan's face or whatever, like we had found something.
My heart sinks.
Well, thanks for ruining my story, James. Appreciate that. So anyways, I'm looking at this guy, and, like, he grabs, like, this cup. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is he going to do with this cup? And it turns out it's, like, superheated baby oil. And he starts pouring it, and I look down, and apparently I confirmed this through actual sources. He has the micropenis, or baby penis condition. And for those of you who don't know, look at the tip of your pinky finger, and look past the knuckle, out to the fingernail.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, and that's the size that guy is erect. And that's a medical condition. That's real.
Yeah.
That is non-exaggeration.
My girlfriend was not aware of this condition, and she was at work, and I told her to Google it. And before I knew it, all the girls in her office were looking at it and saying, oh, poor thing.
Yeah, so bless his heart. Like, people just feel bad for him. Anyways, he's pouring that on himself, and then he jams a banana in his ass. So that's the guy that everybody's pointing to on the internet. Is like, that guy is the guy that represents atheism, and he's the one who will set us all free.
He speaks the truth.
Yeah, you just give him 3 years and a webcam, and man, he's going to jam bananas up his ass and pour hot oil all over his body.
Do we want to play an Amazing Atheist clip real quick so everybody can get a feel for just kind of how much of a doucher he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Can I ask a question first?
Yeah, what's up?
Was he using the hot oil as lubrication?
No, it was just a weird, like, lather me in it kind of scenario.
But how did the banana go in there? I mean, like, what was the lubrication?
He was rubbing. He was rubbing it all over his body, and it made its way down there.
I imagine people with a micropenis have probably a higher above average oily asshole. I mean, who knows?
I mean, maybe.
All right, let's play a clip from the Amazing Atheist real quick.
All right.
Talked about that. But there's a store around here that does something even stranger. They say, have a blessed day. A blessed day? Now, you guys might think that the reason I'm upset about this is because I'm an atheist. No, I don't care. I'm not offended by other people forcing their religion on me. Doesn't bother me one fucking bit. What really bothers me about it is all of the logistical nightmares that it creates. Because first of all, there is no one to bless my day. I mean, there clearly is no God. I mean, even if you're a Christian and you believe in God, you can admit, at least to yourself, in the deep recesses of your heart, there is no God.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, man.
Yeah, 100% primo douchebag. Like, I don't care what he believes. Believe whatever you want to believe, and I'll high-five you at the end of the day. But that's the guy who pretty much claims to represent that group of people, and everybody kind of looks to on the internet as, like, the voice of their reasoned debate on their side. And somehow he's fully inserting bananas in his ass, and he's not busting it through the skin, you know, like...
Well,
so, there you go.
Pun intended, I was not blessed with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's dick, but...
Who is that? Who's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
A large, tall black man.
What does he do?
Well, like
Basketball?
all large, tall black men, he plays basketball.
Okay.
And that's every single one of them, guys. Every single large, tall black man.
Yeah.
No, if I had a micropenis, I wouldn't believe in a fucking God either. Like, I just wouldn't.
That's true.
I would not. I'm gonna go.
Would you videotape yourself?
I'm gonna be as bold. I'm gonna make a statement so bold as to say that literally drove him to be this asshole, douchebag, outspoken sensation. He feels such a Napoleon complex, that he's just lashing out all his hatred towards something. Obviously, you can't believe in a God because you were burdened with an Audi belly button for a dick. So
yeah,
I mean, you're stuck, man.
But here's his response video. He claims he admits that's him, like whole package. That's him.
Man, I would go to the grave telling that wasn't me.
Yeah,
like,
you know the weird shit James Cameron can make. If he can make Avatar, they can make me look like I have micropenis.
Yeah, this is clearly some type of conspiracy or whatever. Like they are trying to discredit me. Yeah.
Yeah. Christian right, you know, they're coming after me.
Oh yeah.
This is Westboro Baptist Church work right here. I'll know it when I see it.
Yeah, but but his official reasoning behind doing this, he says he was talking to a girl, they were getting pretty serious online, and she asked him to do this and send it to her. First off, no girl, A, wants to see baby penis, and B, does not want to see you shove a banana in your ass, ever.
Most girls really don't. Like, we're turned on by seeing a girl spread her vagina open, you know, and put stuff in it. Most girls really don't want to see your erect dick on a webcam. I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't happen and they don't like... No, I know. What I'm saying is they wouldn't prefer that. They'd prefer you to be there, you know.
Well, sometimes
like
there's
James
distance.
Instantly defends it. Like, don't tell me my mission Omega is wrong.
If you pay them $40 an hour, they do want to see it.
No, I mean, if you, what I want to know, you look at the guy, you see the way the guy looks. He's not the most attractive gentleman.
Sure.
But I want to see the girl whose specific request were those things. To see that dude with a banana up his ass and like hot oil on him. Now that could be the Christian right there. Like the girl was like working with the Westboro Baptist Church or whatever to like get him to do all this to get him to catch it. But like, what kind of rancid bitch? Like what kind of like despicable fucking disgusting person requests those things from
him.
That guy?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, oh my god.
I mean, let's go around the table real quick, okay? And we're all going to admit how gay we can be, all right? If you have to go and let's say someone put a gun to your head, it's like you have to find a guy on the internet and you have to get him to jack off for you on the internet. Are you going to pick that guy or are you going to pick a good-looking guy with a six-pack? I'm going with the six-pack.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gay if they're hot enough, right? Look, we all get a little saucy on the internet. We all, make weird requests. God knows if we looked at any of our search histories on the internet, we'd all just be mortified. We wouldn't be friends after that.
The word micropenis is on mine today.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
If you knew that, if you saw that out of context or whatever, that could look real suspicious.
Yeah.
But like, there should just never be a point to where like, let me just fucking see you ram a banana, unpeeled banana up your asshole and just fucking gape that
Well, I guess
shit.
it wouldn't work if it was peeled.
No, I don't think it was peeled, dude.
I know, I'm saying I guess it wouldn't work if it was peeled.
Oh, no, it might be a little mushy, but it might be, like, slide in easier.
You probably get something in there.
I don't think, just...
Maybe like a pixie stick, you can push it up there.
It'd come out banana pudding.
I don't know, I guess we're gonna... we got a new idea for Everybody Has a Podcast contest.
Next time.
Who can get a mushy banana the farthest up there?
First team Steam gift card. You do have to upload it to us,
Yeah,
though.
$10 Steam gift card if you can get a mushy banana up your butthole.
And film it. Bonus points for hot oil all over yourself. You are allowed to use the hot oil as lubrication if you think that'll help.
Yeah, but final thought on that is the best part of that really was the fact that they called it Bananagate.
Yeah, that's great.
That's hilarious.
I love that. That's fantastic, man. Gentlemen, let's see. So last year was my first year at this job, and because of the way it works, I got one vacation that year. Now, you get 2 a year, but because I came in at the beginning of the year, it's kind of weird. I get 1.
2 weeks?
No, just 1 week.
Okay.
So
Clark's over there with like, oh, you only get 1 2-week vacation. I get like 18 weeks of vacation.
He does, man. He does.
Don't judge me.
And I love my job. It's cool. Good people. I've worked in the industry. It's a good place. But I knew I was going to have to move about 9 months into the year. So I knew I was going to have to take my 1 week and use that to move. So it's not really a vacation. Of course, I don't have to go to work and use my brain.
Sure.
But I'm working my ass off. It was still refreshing. This year, I get 2 weeks, and I'm getting ready to take my my first vacation of the year, and I'm really excited, man. It's going to be on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise.
Oh, they're so fun.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a sec. What I'm getting at is I am so burned out, man, because it's been like 6 or 7 months since my last vacation, and I'm just, like, everything's suffering, man. Like, my work quality's suffering. I'm not motivated to do anything else productive in my life. It really sucks, man, and I get in these funks, and it's killing me. Like, this week, I'm making dumb mistakes. I'm forgetting where I parked my truck. I'm forgetting that I put shit. It's going downhill very quick. Luckily, I only have to make it another week. My question is, well, so one comment I had, I want to go on this cruise. It's with my girlfriend, but I told her, I was like, look, this is going to be fun, but really what I need is I need to sit in my room and play computer games for a week. I really need to just not do anything and chill out, to like recharge.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's going to be a lot of downtime. Like, we've got our Kindles, we've got books picked. We're just going to sit there and read books on the ship, on the ocean.
That's my number one piece of advice is, like, don't try so much. I know it'll be hard because you're, like, going there as a couple, but, like, vacation independently and together. Like, whatever vacationing is to you, like, that's what you need to do. Like,
so I should sit in the land center and play Quake 2.
If that's what vacation, if that exists there or whatever, like, it's just about being away from the world. You know what I'm saying? And for me, the most fascinating thing was the boat itself. Like, who gives a fuck where you're going or whatever? Like, Mexico's Mexico. You know what they have in Mexico? Mexicans. So, like, there's no it's all the same shit, only except a little bit worse. So, like, I don't know, like, the boat is awesome, though. That's what, and relax, man. However you want a vacation, you should vacation that way. And Carmen should do the same thing.
Yeah, no, we've talked about it. So we've got one of these little, you do these expeditions when you dock. We're going to do one of those. It's going to be a fun day. Excursion, yeah. And then
what's the excursion?
It's in Mexico, obviously. It's a
don't die.
It's a combo thing.
Drink the water.
See who can get the highest ransom money for when they get kidnapped.
Yeah.
No, there's like a theme park there. It's like a Mexico theme park, and there's also snorkeling.
What's it called?
I can't remember.
There's regulations at a Mexican theme park. What the fuck
no,
are you doing?
it's not like roller coasters and shit. It's like Mexico's nature or some shit. It's like a SeaWorld in Mexico.
What are Mexican themes? Like, what are the themes at a Mexican theme park?
Giant hats and sleepy Mexicans. They're just all sleeping. No, so we're going to do that, and that's going to be a full day. But
that'll be an adventure.
It will. But beyond that, we're going to chill. Like I said, we've got our Kindles picked out.
It sounds like you got the right idea.
I'm reading a Stephen King book. We're just going to chill for a couple hours a day.
What book?
There's a. I'm going to do Stephen King's The Tommyknockers, which I've never read before.
Oh, that's a good movie. I never read the book.
Yeah, I used to do Stephen King big back in the day. I haven't read him in a couple years. There's a topless deck up top, so I'm going to try to convince her to go up there.
Oh, God.
And then I'm going to let her feel my boner through my basketball shorts. So that's going to be cool. Here's my question to you guys, and James, you've been on a cruise. This is perfect, man.
Yeah.
So this, her parents were nice enough to pay for this. Amazing. I'm really, they're super awesome. But for what's supposed to be an all-inclusive cruise, it's not very all-inclusive in my book. For instance,
gratuities.
Yeah, there's included tips. Even sodas on the boat are not free. Now, they're not expensive, but they're not free.
There's a secret to this. Every cruise should have this, where you pay, like, you have a card, basically, like your, like, room key and everything.
Right.
And it's like your ID on the boat. Like,
it's linked to my credit card.
Correct, exactly. So like you can buy like for $30 like one time, which obviously is still once again not all inclusive, and it gets you unlimited soda.
You're right.
This is booze pass, right? Isn't there like a booze pass also?
They did not have
check
that
it out.
when I was on the cruise.
Here's what I've read. You're right. For $40, you can get a wristband and get free soda all week.
Yep.
Cool. I figure at least one of us will do that and just go get sodas.
Sure.
The booze, that's a different story. Obviously, this is their moneymaker.
Yeah.
You can get a pass. It's $60. It's only for one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, depending on how much you're drinking or whatever, like that could be that could really add up really quickly.
I agree. I mean, maybe we'll pick a day or two and rage.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals where, you get dropped off in Mexico. You can buy booze in Mexico, but they make you check it back in on the ship, and they give it back to you when you get off the ship.
Well,
they're trying to trying to get that money, son.
Yeah. Here's my question. I've read a lot of articles on the internet of how to sneak it onto ship. Obviously, everybody wants to do this. How do you sneak booze onto the ships? I've read there's some pretty interesting stuff, actually, and it goes as deep as pour vodka in a Listerine bottle, pour green food coloring, screw it back on, like in a Scope bottle.
I've heard about that.
That seems kind of extreme, though, man.
I agree, but, a Scope's worth of vodka probably costs $100 on that ship.
You want to borrow $100, man?
No, I've got the cash, but it's like, fuck, I'm kind of pissed I have to spend it.
But like that's a little extreme. Like when you're pouring food coloring, Mexican food coloring, do you bring the food coloring off? I mean, you can't use Mexican food coloring.
Well, look, this is a big deal. I mean,
there's like cholera in Mexican food coloring.
A lot of people say just go ahead and throw a bottle of vodka in your suitcase. What happens is if they catch it, they confiscate it. If not, you've got a bottle of vodka because you have to check it in like an airplane.
So what we did was what was kind of interesting was a little off the different thing. So when you buy, they have a duty free store on the ship. So when you're out overseas, like in the water, you can buy on their shop there. Once again, it also goes. They don't give it to you until the end of the cruise. But like I'm talking about like a $35 bottle of Absolute, $7.
Right, I've heard it's really cheap.
But you have to check it in, and it has to be taxed on your way in. They're pretty lax. I don't know how it is after this was after 9/11, but I don't know how it is lately. But, my dad went to all of our rooms and filled all of the empty spaces in all of our suitcases with alcohol. So, he spent, $200 on alcohol, and there's a limit. You can only bring so much. I don't know what the limit is, or whatever. But we each individually had our own thing just in case we got caught.
Right.
We had the limit in each of our bags or whatever. So that was
off the ship, right?
Off the ship, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so I actually have smuggled in alcohol from Mexico.
I talked to my dad about it. I was like, what would you do? Should I try to just throw a bottle in there? Obviously, my girlfriend's scared that they're going to cancel my ticket. You're not in.
I don't think they'll do that.
I don't think so either. But the point my dad made, and he's right. He's like, look, her parents paid for this cruise.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't fuck it up. If you paid for the cruise, do whatever you want. But her parents paid for it. Don't be an asshole. Just go to the cruise.
I agree.
I agree too. Yeah, and I think that ultimately that's what I'm going to do.
Sell something, man. You got a lot of shit in here. Sell something. I mean, that fucking globe over there could probably fetch you $20. That's a fucking a third.
No,
of
I've got more
pass.
than enough cash. It's just one of those deals where, we're going to get a place together in 4 or 5 months, and I'm going to have to save a fuck ton of cash. I'd like to start now.
I really think when it comes to vacation, you should not think about money.
I agree.
How many days really are you going to fucking drink your ass off?
Well, if it's up to me, every fucking day I would shit blood.
Yeah, but you say that
doesn't
until
seem like a vacation.
You say that until the first day your hangover rolls in. You're like, oh, I'm not fucking drinking today.
No, honestly, what I plan on is every day I'm going to get a nice little buzz going, and 1 or 2 of those days I'll probably take it a little bit further. Depending on if she wants to party that night or whatever.
Sure.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Well, don't let her push you over the boat. That's how all those dudes fucking die. They get drunk on the boat, and the woman pushes them over the rail.
Well, fortunately, I don't have anything in my name.
Yeah.
There's no motive yet. But I'm sure that would happen.
Just to be rid of you. It would be easier than a breakup, is to feed you the sharks.
But we're under the general consensus, just chill out, don't be an asshole, quit being cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the first vacation I went on with Drew and I vacationed together.
Drew is James's life partner, by the way, for the people who don't know.
Yeah, he's my best friend since first grade, and we vacationed together and shit. So the first vacation we went on, Drew makes twice as much money as I do, pretty much. I mean,
a lot of money.
His retirement accounts made more than I did last year.
Wow.
No lie. That's just straight up. He figured it out. So, it's really hard for him to vacation with me because Drew's very much, fucking John Hammond. We spared no expense kind of. He's the John Hammond Jurassic Park building of vacationing.
Sure.
So, and so he's really good about, he really like taught me like, man, if you run out of money, he's like, don't even worry about it. He's like, I got you. You pay me back when you can pay me back. So I pretty much, it's easy to vacation with Drew because I don't have to worry about shit. I just go there, I spend my fucking life like crazy or whatever. Then Drew's like, all right, you now owe me this much money. And I pay him back, but I can pay him back over time and everything. So
right.
I'm fortunate enough to have Drew in that. So like for the last few vacations I've been on, we went to Disney last year. We're going to Disney again this year. And we went to California once to BlizzCon and shit like that, and I just never have to worry about money. So like, and I can't recommend that enough because when we first went to BlizzCon that first time, I got to a point where I was super stressed out. I was like, I've spent all the money that I've had. We've still got like 2 days left of this fucking trip. We're gonna have to do nothing. And she was like, man, fuck that. Like, just go into debt if you have to. Like, this is your fucking vacation.
Yeah, I don't bring this up as like a cheap. I'm not cheap, man. I'm down with spending cash. It's just, it does hurt me that I literally could bring a giant fucking bottle of Absolute on,
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah, whatever. We're going to have a good time, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I need to fucking chill out. I need to, like, reset my brain.
The best thing I can tell you is, like, lower your expectations of the places you're going to. Because, like, everywhere you're going to sucks. Like to us, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, maybe you'll find it fascinating.
Well, how
somehow
bad can a
or
beach
whatever.
really suck?
So you get right off the boat, and as soon as you do it, there's like 100 fucking people trying to sell you something.
Yeah, I know.
Like as soon as you walk through, you have to make it through like this fucking gauntlet.
Well, you know, the cruise ship gets a piece.
Get
of
away
that.
from me, Mexicans!
The cruise ship gets a piece of that whole town.
Well, and there's like children doing it too or whatever.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
you know, it's
dog.
like chiclet. You want chiclet?
Yeah.
You know, like it's very much like it's very like it's kind of inundating. Like you get it's kind of exhausting to make it through there, and you kind of feel a little bit fucking worse about yourself when you get through, like because you just got off this goddamn cruise ship.
I don't want your Mexican chili candies.
You have some little kid trying to peddle you like one of those little fucking things that Mr. Miyagi uses in the fucking Karate Kid movies or whatever for like $3 just so you can fucking survive. So then you get on the other end, you've been fucking gorging all day on fucking food and everything. It makes you feel like shit.
No.
So and then when you get on the other side of it, instead of having like a fucking like high class resort or whatever, you have Mexico.
Yeah, but it's tourist Mexico.
I think your biggest weakness in that whole scenario is not you; it's your girlfriend. She's going to give a shit a lot more than you will.
Well, now check this out. This is my first cruise, but this is literally her third time on this exact cruise.
Have you gone to Are y'all going to Cancun?
We're going to like Playa del Carmen and then somewhere else. I can't remember.
Cancun sucks. It was the worst place.
Native American.
Well, yeah, Cancun's like the most touristy.
It's commercialized.
Of
it's some fucking America. It's super expensive. Like a bottle of water in fucking Cancun's like $6.
Well, on the resort is always expensive, but you get into Mexico if you want to drink water from a hose and get fucking gonorrhea. I'm sure you can do that.
I'm gonna
cheap.
go with cholera just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
like that seems to be like the disease that I think you get from Mexico is cholera.
Just to end things on this one, fun fact: our ship was the Triumph, the one that burned up at sea.
Oh fuck!
So we had already had it scheduled for a month before that happened, and so her mom calls the travel agent and is like, "So what's the deal? Is the ship still a go?" And the travel agent said, "Well, good news. They're canceling the next 12 cruises, but you're number 13. You're the first ones back." So we're like, "Cool, we get free upgrades and shit." Well, then the Carnival Triumph decides to burn up in dock about a month later.
Oh wow!
They were docked out of Alabama. It got loose somehow, and it's caught on fire again.
Oh my God.
So then
So
they did.
not safe.
So we were supposed to leave out of Galveston. Now we had to do another ship. We're on the Elation, which sounds classier. I think we're more Elation people anyways.
Sure.
That's in New Orleans, though. So now I get to leave work on a Friday. I have to be in New Orleans by noon the next day. So I'm going to leave at 6. It's like an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, it's about 8 hours. That's correct.
So that sucks. But I've also never been to New Orleans. I'm pretty stoked. We're going to spend a day there, too. I want to see a fucking gator, man.
You will not see that in New Orleans. I mean, unless if you see it like...
Well, we're going to go on a swamp tour.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, it'd be fun. But that's what I'm doing here in a couple weeks. Should be a good time.
Chocolate buffet is all I got to say. At midnight on Thursday night on a 7-day cruise. I don't know how long you're going for. But usually on like Thursday night, at midnight, they have a completely nothing but chocolate buffet.
Oh, dude.
Like 1,000,000 chocolate dishes that you can ever do. It's worth staying up for. I promise you. It's unlike anything you have ever fucking seen for
I
a
can't
big
tell my
man.
girlfrin about that. She'll die.
I'm telling you. You can't not go. It'll be the greatest thing you've done on the whole fucking trip. I promise.
I don't know, man. That topless deck sounds pretty awesome.
Well, they didn't
say
have
that
that
until it's a whole bunch of 50-year-old women.
I was with my mom. You know what I'm saying? So like that wasn't topless deck wasn't too on my radar.
Jungle James, producer Jungle James of Your Uncle's Lap producing fame. Once again, man, we appreciate you coming in and sitting in and just seeing how this whole thing feels. This might be a good menage a trois. How do you say that?
Yeah,
is that
menage
right?
a trois.
Menage a trois. All right, it might work out, man.
Spell it is the problem.
I can't
either. Actually,
well, there you go. It's important to me and Clark, and you as well, from our discussions, that we need to have good chemistry. We need to. This is a good fit? Is this a good fit? So what we're going to do, me and Clark have some stories from our past, some totally non-embarrassing stories. What we're going to do is we're going to take turns reading these, and based on what you know about us, you need to decide, is it me or is it Clark? These are all true, and you need to tell us why. Like, why do you think this is us?
Okay.
Let's see how compatible we are.
All right. Well, so you can already skip the one with where you are covered in hot oil with a banana up your ass because we know that one is yours already.
That's true. That's true. We're gonna. Okay, we have 5. We have 5 stories. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get us started off. This one is titled "Milk in Locker, 3rd Grade." One day while in 3rd grade, for some reason, when I opened my thermos at lunch that day, I found it was filled with milk. Since I'm not really a milk drinker, I decided not to partake. Furthermore, for some reason, I also decided not to put my thermos back in my lunchbox to take back home. Instead, in my locker it went. For 3 long weeks, my thermos filled with milk sat in my room temperature locker. After about week 4 in the hall, people would walk by and hold their noses, teachers and students alike. No one could figure out where the horrible stench came from. Since I was too embarrassed at this point, I held steady. Finally, when people got to the point of gagging, a locker inspection was done where I was outed. When I got home, my mom made me smell it as she opened the thermos and asked what I was thinking. Is that me or is that Clark?
So I have 2 schools of thought on this. So
Okay.
I really think it could be either of you.
Well, it could. That's the game.
Clearly.
He's working out just fine, Clark. Just fine.
Clever girl.
So I've got so my 2 schools of thought. I'll go with you. One is from a purely personal perspective, which I think is how this is supposed to be interpreted.
Sure.
And one is from a much more logistical, Sherlock Holmes deducing method.
Okay.
So the first thing I'll say is I would say that it would be Ryan, because I don't feel like Clark at any time in his life would be that fucking irresponsible. To that level. Like after 3 weeks, I feel like Clark himself would be tired of it smelling that bad and have gotten rid of it on his own right.
Okay.
I'm a pretty lazy bastard, man.
Now, my other reason for thinking that it was Clark, from a Sherlock Holmes standpoint, is that you stumbled quite a bit through reading it, which I feel like if it was something that you had written yourself, you would have stumbled less.
That's a good point.
So I'm going to go with Clark.
Going to go with Clark. And the survey says, you're wrong, sir. It was me.
I
was the 3rd grade milk bandit.
I was kind of like, why is it so painful for him to read his own writing?
I told you, man, I'm really burned out right now. I need a vacation. All right, next one.
At least that made sense, right? My logic made sense.
Sure, I like all of that.
So, I still kind of had picked you in the back end or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm going to try to make every my answer be a non-answer.
Too bad you fucked it up. All right, Clarkster, hit us with the next one.
Okay, this one's called Banged a Carney. After a pretty hard breakup, I banged a really ugly girl at a friend's house and never spoke to her again. This was a purely rebound situation. 3 weeks later, I went to the Carnival with my newfound girlfriend and some family, only to find that the ugly girl I had banged in the past worked at the Carnival. I banged an ugly carny and had to hide from her for the entire night out of shame. Who am I?
I have some really good questions on this one as soon as we find out who this is.
Okay.
Or at least one good question. Okay, so statistically, I could choose Clark again. And I am going to choose Clark again because I feel like, Ryan's not a big carnival goer.
I like to play it safe.
I feel like that's a little too cheery and full of joy.
I just see no need to put anybody's life or mine at risk by going to a carnival.
And I feel like perhaps Clark, having children, could have possibly taken his kids to the carnival, because I don't feel like either of you are the carnival going type. But Clark would at least have a reason. Additionally, Ryan is not the type to get pussy at all. Much less strange.
Clark, James isn't working out. James, thanks for dropping by the podcast, man. We'll call you.
much less such strange, I don't know. I mean,
Carney pussy.
Carney strange.
Yes. I'm gonna go with Clark again.
Gonna go with Clark. You are correct, sir. That was Clark.
Oh, thank God.
You are correct.
What are your questions, man? What are your follow-up questions?
I have one question that I just have to know. What game was she the ride? Was she the carny for?
No, she there was no game. She was she walked around in a hat and like a cigarette tray, but it was just filled with tickets. So she was actively prowling the park. I could have just avoided that section of the park, but she was all over the place.
So she wasn't even like a legit carny. She was like the carny assistant.
Yeah,
like she wasn't even like a full-fledged carny.
Well, she was working her way up to, I'm sure, a ride or something.
Yeah.
Look, man, you can't just get in at the top level at a carnival, James.
No, I mean clearly,
Jesus
I'm just
Christ.
You got to put in the time and the effort, you know.
I mean, I just thought Clark would go for a little bit of a classier gal. I thought he would at least go for a tilt-the-world type gal.
Dude, I didn't know. Like, you think there was no conversation of, hey, so what do you do for a living? Oh, I work at a carnival, No, there's none of that. We were just like, hey, how's it going? I'm really drunk, and you're pretty ugly, so this will take me.
I would probably go for the girl that runs the zipper because she probably knows how to move.
Because she'll run your zipper, son.
Like, she probably knows how to move.
Boom, comedy. That's why you listen to Everybody Has a Podcast. All right, next one. This one's titled Boob Cream for Xmas. Whenever I was about 15, me and my sibling were rummaging through all the closets in the house looking for Christmas presents. After thoroughly investigating all the hiding places, with no luck, we ventured into the parents' room. Normally this room was off limits, but it was Christmas, so we had to check it out. We spotted a large box up high in the closet. Bingo. We opened the box, and to our bewilderment, it was just a series of jars of breast enhancement cream. We asked our mother what the cream was for, and she explained it was to make our breasts larger for my father's enjoyment. We got to open Christmas presents early that year.
Okay.
Jungle James. Producer Jungle James. Is it me, Ryan Fielder?
So I don't think... I mean, I'm sure he does. This is a total fucking fucked up statement.
Now, my mom has a boob job. We've talked about this.
I didn't know that, actually.
Okay, well, my mom does have a boob job.
Rockin' hot cans.
So now you really threw me off, but like... I'm going to still say it's you, because I don't know if Clark has siblings.
Okay. All right.
I mean, like, if he does have siblings, Clark is a pretty bad sibling, because he has never mentioned any of them to me. I mean, I guess that's not necessarily bad. I'm not going to say, if you are a sibling, Clark, that didn't mean that. Sounds a little bit too personal there. You're probably a great brother.
Told you, Clark, he's not working out.
Push me over the edge, everybody. That's the one thing that hurt my feelings.
So I'm going to go with Ryan.
You're wrong, sir. That was Clark.
Son of a bitch.
Not doing so hot, producer Jungle James.
That was me, and my sister stumbled on that, and that was really repressed. I actually called my sister to ask about embarrassing stories, and she reminded me of that, and that just totally... Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible. That major flashback. It was bad.
How old's your sister?
Stop.
She's 31.
I didn't mean anything by that.
I know.
Asking.
Go for it, man.
She's a single mom also.
She is a single mom.
Huh.
And you and Clark could spend Christmases together.
That sounds pleasant.
You could buy me Mac products for Christmas.
All right. Clark, is it your turn?
My turn.
All right.
Wait a minute. If I bought you a Mac laptop, would you actually use it all the time?
Well, this is a 6-year-old laptop. Of course I would.
Okay. I mean, I was talking to Clark because me and him would be sisiblings. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course I would. I'd slap Windows on that.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that though. You have to use OS X.
Well, he'd do dual boot. Yeah, you'd only know about it.
Buy it for me. We'll figure it out.
Let's do this little experiment.
Test this.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This one's called Circuit City Note, Wrong Jennifer. When I was the ripe age of 23, my entire social life consisted of my job at Circuit City. That and cam girls when I got home. Much to my surprise, one of the more attractive 5 out of 10s at the store started flirting with me. At first I brushed this off as a coincidence and moved on with my life. After a couple of weeks of no letting up, I decided that I'd make a go at this girl. Her name was Jennifer. Even though I worked with her, she was only part-time, and it wasn't often that I got to go get some FaceTime with her. After contemplating for a while, I decided to do what any 23 and or 11-year-old would do and write her a love letter. Okay. I went up to the store on my day off, walked right up to Jennifer, and handed the letter to her. I then, without saying anything, walked away. It was on. I was most likely going to get laid that night. The next day, when I got to work...
So obviously this is Ryan.
Should I just go ahead and finish reading this?
Yeah, go
I mean,
ahead.
it's obviously right.
I can't do it.
I went up to the store on my day off. I walked right up to Jennifer and handed the letter to her. I then, without saying anything, walked away. It was on. I was most likely going to be getting laid that night. The next day when I got to work, Jennifer's friend asked me about it, but Jennifer was not responsive or acted like nothing was going on. I asked Jennifer's friend for her phone number so I could text her, as in Jennifer's number, not her friend's. Once again, doing anything I could to avoid
All this sounds like it's out of the James Reynolds playbook of dating, to be honest with you.
Jennifer's friend gave me her number, and that started the week-long text session, which I got pretty bold, if I do say so myself. Text after text of, when are you going to let me take you out? And you're the prettiest girl at Circuit City.
Is this going to be a date?
Such a fucking such a shitty compliment. You're the prettiest girl at Circuit
Yeah.
City.
To be fair,
Like
she seemed...
And 2 of them are lesbians.
Is this a date?
Okay. At the end of the week of bold texting, I learned something horrible. You see, there were 2 Jennifers at Circuit City. Not only did my Jennifer take the letter and give it to Jennifer 2, but Jennifer's friend gave me Jennifer 2's phone number as well. All week long, I was texting the wrong Jennifer after she had received my letter that was not meant for her.
Oh my god, this is a great story.
At that point, I just gave up and decided to live alone for the rest of my life.
So, oh my god.
Yeah, so not only did the letter get handed to the wrong Jennifer, but the whole week I was sending pretty bold texts to the wrong Jennifer.
Man, the stars were aligned against you.
And I would go to work the day after sending these texts and just talk to Jennifer too, like nothing happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Ryan. On this one.
Yeah, it was one of the more embarrassing things in my entire life.
Like, first, I would like to say, like, I still get credit for this because there's no doubt in my mind that was Ryan. Like, there is 100% no doubt in my mind that was Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, that is you.
Well, no, like, here's the thing: is like we would think, like, out of me and Ryan, no offense, Ryan, the whole note
here we go
thing would definitely be Ryan's handiwork before mine.
Yeah, I don't see Clark. I mean, first of all, the only woman that Clark has ever loved is a bank teller. And he's never even spoken to her other than saying hello.
Yeah, well, thanks for telling my personal information, James. I appreciate that very much.
Is that a secret?
Bank tellers of Hewitt, Texas, please do not listen to this podcast any further. We appreciate.
I'm trying to figure out.
listening.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to. I don't know, man.
No, but actually, I've done the note thing before, and it's actually worked.
Yeah, you were 10. It works when you're in third grade. It doesn't work.
I was 22. It worked fine.
Now I feel bad if I really added the bank teller thing.
Well, to be fair, I'll say this about the note thing. I knew it was dumb, but it was one of those deals where fuck it, do something rather than nothing. That's all.
Mine was girl at Chick-fil-A, and all I did was write a note. I stood in her line. I was looking good, man. I had a tie on. Like, this is not just because of her, because the place I worked at required a tie. Yeah, I was looking good. I was doing the man thing where I had like a wide stance. I was taking up a lot of room in the line. And I just handed her, I got my unsweet tea, and I handed her a note, and the note said, "I come here every day just to see your smile," and walked off like a boss. I put my number on there.
That was better than my letter.
What shift did she work? Was this breakfast?
It was lunch. And I got a text that night before 5 o'clock.
You're a way better letter writer than me, dude.
Keep it short, sweet. Just make it happen, dude.
Mine was like 2 pages, and I think I farted when I was giving it to her. I was so nervous.
It was in your shitty apartment with all your cats.
Did Jennifer too like it, though?
It had cat hair in it. Well, that's the other thing. I learned in retro. First of all, when me and Jennifer too learned that was going on, we were both just like, fuck it, I'm out. But she was actually entertaining it that week. And I think a lot of that was part because like she gets text from me, and the next day I just go and talk to her like a boss because I don't. Because what she thinks is I don't give a fuck, but I just didn't know. Yeah, I just didn't know. So it came off as like obscene amounts of confidence.
Wow.
I like him because he doesn't put pressure on things.
Yeah.
And like he's just super confident all the time. He
just knows when to turn it on and when to turn it off.
Yeah.
He's all business here at the Circuit City.
Yeah. When it's time to work, it's time to work.
Yeah. I mean, like, I really respect that in a man. He's clearly ambitious.
He's going places.
All right, Clarkster, hit us with the next one, man.
All right, this one's called Dislocated Knee Dancing to the Simpsons. Okay.
So I just like to... What's my score right now? I'm 2-2.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. A few years back, I was very excited. It was Sunday night, and it was the season premiere of The Simpsons. In preparation for this monumentous event, I had a fresh plate of pizza rolls straight out of the oven, waiting in the living room on a TV tray. Right next to it was an ice-cold Sunkist. ETA 5 minutes until The Simpsons. Without hesitation, I cracked the Sunkist open and took a nice, refreshing swig. I decided this was a good time to go to the bathroom before the festivities started. As I was coming into the living room again, I decided to do a quick dance and obnoxiously sang na 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 as you sing the na 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 or na 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 goodbye. Upon doing this, I felt my left knee buckle, and down I went. I looked down and I dislocated my knee. The fire department had to come to carry me down the stairs since I was on the second floor of my apartment building. The female fire department officer had to be replaced because only 2 men could carry my fat ass down the stairs as the entire complex watched.
So
I'm confident everyone thought I was having a heart attack as there's only 2 giant fire trucks and an ambulance out front with all the lights flashing. My roommate decided to take a few bites of my pizza rolls off the plate as the fire department carried me out of the living room.
2 reasons that this is Ryan. One of those reasons is Sunkist, and one of those reasons are pizza rolls.
Well, Clark's way more of a pizza roll enthusiast than I am.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that about Clark, but I just know that Ryan really also very much enjoys pizza rolls.
But yeah, it's great. What do you think, man? Me?
Yep.
You're right. That
Okay.
was me.
Yeah.
Simpsons were on. I was super excited, and no, I was doing na 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 na, and I was like literally like moving my arm from left to right like black women do, and boom, dislocated my knee on the floor. I went, man.
I mean, I think I kind of remembered something from Sunkist.
Yeah,
with you.
Cody likes to tell that story. Actually, the very first date on my current girlfriend, Cody, it was like a double date. He decided to tell that fucking story.
No, I haven't heard that story. I just remember something about Sunkist, like you liking Sunkist.
Sunkist is fucking good.
It
Me
is
and
good.
you've talked about it.
Yeah, that's maybe where I got it from. So I knew my host there. Like,
Yeah,
I completely.
There you go. Right now, you're 3-2.
Yep.
All right.
So we stop. I win.
Well, not necessarily,
Nope,
Jungle
one more.
James. If it's a tie, you have to go to the bonus round.
Okay. Do we have a bonus story ready?
Hey,
Thanks.
you're not in yet, buddy.
Okay.
All right. This one is entitled "LAN Party." Invited a surprise guest over. About 6 years ago, my computer nerd friends and I decided to set up a weekly LAN party.
Man, this could so be either of you
Yeah.
so far.
Nothing big, but every Wednesday we usually had 6 to 8 people. This went on for quite a while, and we had a really good time. One of the newer people we had just met was around 42 years old. We all worked with this guy, and he was pretty funny. Kind of a dork, but pretty funny guy. He announced that he would like to get in on the LAN parties and gave us a decent budget to build him a computer. We built his computer, and he joined us for many months. About 6 months in, this person was picked up by the police and went to jail for molesting children. Part of the news article reads as such. The 42-year-old man was arrested back in September of 2008 after police said he sexually abused the girl at a home in the Waco suburb of Woodway. The alleged victim said Landers, that was the guy, went into her bedroom and molested her. When she got up, Landers supposedly followed her into the living room and molested her again. That's when police said she reported the abuse to a family friend. Was that me or was that Clark, who hung out with a pedophile for 6 months?
And pretty good friends.
That could have so been either of you.
Yeah, well, I mean, we both worked at Circuit City.
I didn't know Circuit City. I didn't even hear Circuit City in the story.
Oh, okay.
But, like, man, that could have definitely been either of you.
This is your moment of truth.
And I want to say I've heard this story before also, somehow. Build a computer. Fuck, man. Like, I feel like you were into computers before Clark was big into computers. Like,
Well, I've got a couple years on Clark. I'm a little bit older. That would, I mean, if there was, that would explain that.
I'm going to go with Clark.
You're going to go with Clark? Well, you're half right. It was both of us.
Oh, man.
We both became really good friends with this fucking 42-year-old for a long time. He was kind of a neat guy. Yeah, he
wore
diddled
socks
kids.
and sandals and like brought over a pipe every time.
Yeah.
Like just smoked, tobacco out of his pipe.
We were really scared, though, because the computer, well, I was. The computer we built him, I used a corporate key from my last job.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, dude, the FBI, you know they're raiding his computer. I'm like, they're going to find this. They're going to track it back to me. I'm like, I'm fucked, man.
No, dude, he was literally like, dude, okay, so I built, like, he called me as soon as it hit the press. Like,
This
hot
sounds
off the
like a
press.
Ryan panic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I've gotten
some
panic
cockney
calls from
kid
Ryan
hands
before.
him the
Like
newspaper,
this.
and he gets on his cell phone, and he's like, Clark, dude, oh my god, Landers got picked up for child porn, or for molesting a kid. I'm like, oh my god. He's like, dude, I built in that computer. Like, he's freaking, he's about to cry. It's beautiful.
I mean, I always imagined going down for that. I just thought it would be me, not him.
So, I mean, like, I've got 4. I don't know what the math is on all this. 3.5 points or whatever. Like, I'm definitely in the positive.
Yeah, I want to say overall, Jungle James, that was a win. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, what do you say we do a little bit of news?
Let's do it.
All right, news story number 1. Pizza delivery driver carjacked, then delivers pizza before calling police. A Papa John's pizza delivery man was carjacked at gunpoint while filling an order in southwest Atlanta, but he still completed his delivery before contacting authorities. The victim, who did not want to be identified, pulled up to the home, got out of his vehicle, and was approached by 2 armed young men. According to the police report, the gunmen pointed revolvers at the driver and told him to give it up, referring to his car. One assailant hit the delivery man in the head with a gun before the suspects fled with the vehicle. The victim finished the pizza delivery and then ran to get help. The delivery man is still struggling to get past his rattling experience. When asked why he decided to make the delivery, he told the TV Channel 2 Action News off camera that he saw the customers and just wanted to finish his job before calling police. Is this man going places in life?
No.
No.
If you're too fucking retarded to know that you need to just, like, fuck the pizza and call the cops. Here's the thing, is he's delivering pizzas in the fucking ghetto.
No, I mean, for me, it's just like, this guy clearly has no fucking idea how the world works, because nobody gives a shit that he delivered that pizza first. Like, those fucking people didn't really care.
You're telling me that someone who delivers pizzas in Atlanta doesn't know how the world works?
No, I mean, I'm saying that...
Well, he made bad life choices.
I'm saying... Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, if he delivered that fucking pizza, like, ahead... I mean, like, I don't know. This all smells like
You're right. You know, he thinks he's going to get a reward or something.
Yeah.
What I would say is I think the delivery chain would probably... Here's a poster, you know, local news. They'd use it. They would use it to their advantage, right?
Yeah, and
they would use him to their end.
Nothing for this, like
I bet you he got like
not a goddamn thing.
Probably no, seriously, probably like here's $100 extra on your paycheck. Good job.
Yeah.
So like, there's a buddy of mine along the same notes, who I can't say the company that they work for, but they work for a very, 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 very large company.
Is it Enron?
No, it's a very, very big company, and it's a good friend of mine, and he writes software. And he wrote a very, 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 as a very low support person for them, he wrote a piece of software on his own free time that saved the company and their support teams literally millions of dollars. Literally millions of dollars. The CEO of this company came down in front of the whole company, brought him up there. What did he get? $500 and a week off.
Oh, go fuck yourselves. That's immediately whenever you walk out, you say, fuck you, and if you want any of this, you're going to have to fucking license it.
Well, what I guarantee you, when he signed up for that job, he signed some sort of thing that said anything you create while you work for this job, anything you create is property of this company.
Yep. And that was 4 years ago. He's still at that company to this day.
He's still probably making shit money?
No.
Does he manage that software?
He has gone up and up and up. And
okay, good.
So at that time, he made probably like $12 an hour when he wrote that software.
Okay.
He makes $100,000 and some odd $1,000 a year now.
So you're saying the boy is not delivering pizzas in Atlanta?
He is not. But the whole part was just like how companies will really fucking use you. I mean, like, and it was a long time between, you know, saving the company millions of dollars and making $100,000 a year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, that was a long journey in between. Like, in my opinion, the day you save company millions of dollars is the day you start making $100,000 a year.
I concur.
But that didn't happen. And he stuck it out, man. Like, he wasn't pissed off about it, and he stuck it out, and he's been obviously been well rewarded for it.
How long had he worked at the company at the time he wrote this program? Was it 2 months or was it 2 years?
A couple of years.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'd say that's good enough time to at least vet his character.
Yep.
You know?
So I mean, it ultimately, because of that, helped lead him into the position he's at now. But like, just like, it was really shitty. Like, if I save you literally millions of dollars,
right, then
I literally want $1 million. Like, I mean, like, I want something. Like, I want something more than $500 in a week off.
You can want all you want. Read that contract.
Yeah, I mean, like, and then, I can't go into this company because, like, but they fucking suck. Anyways, I can't talk about it.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's fine. Like, those people did put, you know. Those people gave him a job. He knew exactly what was up. But like this Atlanta guy, all he's gonna do, you know, all he's gonna get is $100 and maybe a photo with Papa John.
Yeah, I mean,
probably not even that.
His baby mama's probably gonna give him an unenthusiastic hand job, you know, while they watch the news story.
He may get a Skype call from Papa John.
No, I mean, I think it might go.
Papa
as
John's
far
not going
as,
to Atlanta.
They might give him like a shitty beater car. Like, here you go, buddy. You know.
He gets to keep the thing that goes on the top of his car when he leaves.
Well, don't forget, he'll get to go to the Papa John's, like the corporate event that all the managers go to every year. He'll get to go there on stage.
Yeah,
Like, talk about customer
and that's what
service.
happened. That's what happened to him at a Christmas party or whatever. My friend got brought up there.
Yeah, that's what, they'll use him until they're done using him. And then he'll go back to delivering pizzas, you know? All right, next story. Woman turned away from tanning salon for being too heavy to tan. Ohio woman Kelly McGravy, it's got to be McGravy,
Heavy.
was turned away from a tanning salon because of her weight. McGravy purchased a month of unlimited tanning at Aloha Tanning in Norton, Ohio, after a pleasant experience in a stand-up bed, and returned the next day for another session. However, she was told that the stand-up bed could not be used because it was being relamped, and she could not use the traditional lay-down beds because of a new 230-pound weight limitation policy that they had implemented. The salon said that in the past they had experienced damage to the bed's acrylic surfaces caused by heavy individuals. The customer asked to see the written policy but was denied, and she also asked for a refund of the nearly $70 whole that she paid for the tanning package, but was told that there were no refunds. McGravy spoke to Channel 3 News because she wanted to warn potential customers of Aloha Tanning and said, "I'm humiliated. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to face this guy for 30 days. I just want my money back."
So
Yeah, I mean, she should be humiliated. She should be embarrassed. She should not weigh, you should not be a female and weigh 230 pounds.
I agree. And if you're that humiliated, why are you going on the fucking news parading your fat ass around?
Yeah, instead of laying down in a tanning bed for 45 minutes, why don't you get a treadmill for 45 minutes?
So I'm a little bit more of a human being than that. I'll say, first of all, that it is a bad business, and it was just very stupid policy to not at least give her money back.
You're right? Because that's
Like,
not going to look good.
that's fucking. You've made company suicide now.
I agree.
I mean, like, business is going to suffer irreparably from this for a long time.
I agree.
So
I
hopefully,
don't think it's going to hurt them that bad.
really. Well, I think it will.
I guarantee you there were tons of maybe chunky women who went.
Yep.
Who are not going
Who
back.
are not going to go now. I mean, like, that's true. Like, there's definitely going to be a pain on their bottom line because of this event. So
Yeah, because that's like women's number one fear is like not looking good. And so
Yeah.
the other women relate to this.
Yeah, and I'll also say, like, I mean, that can be a legit concern, even if they don't have a written policy about it. Like, for all I know, a fat person came in there fucking 2 weeks ago and literally broke their fucking tanning bed, which aren't cheap. And now they're really going to have trouble fucking paying for that tanning bed to fix it because they aren't going to have any fucking business.
Well, no, it said that in the past, fatties had damaged their
That's
beds.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, if that was legit, if that actually had happened or whatever, then, I mean, fuck. But, I mean, at the same time, like, couldn't you just come back another day and use the stand-up fucking bed?
Yeah. Well, I think both sides are right and wrong for the right and wrong reasons. Like, really, at the end of the day, if you don't want her fucking using all the facilities that she's paid for, then just give her fucking money back. Just be done with it.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's too much of a potential PR nightmare, which it turned into, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
there's
was
a lot of
bad
competition.
call on whoever made that decision.
Unless if they're the only fucking tanning bed in wherever fucking bumfuck town this is, like, then, like, I mean, tanning is a high competition business. Like, there's a ton of fucking tanning people out there.
Yeah.
Anybody can have a tanning bed and open a fucking tanning salon.
Here's my number one problem, and I think this whole thing should have stopped here, okay? I have gone my whole life from being, I've not fat to really fucking fat, back to kind of fat. I mean, this is something that a lot of people battle every day. Why would I go tan if I need to lose 60 pounds?
I don't know.
The way I see it in my mind is, all right, dog, so it's time to improve your appearance. So where do I need to start? Well, there's no point, in my opinion, in fucking tanning if I need to drop 60 pounds. Why would I, that's not where you start.
Some people are happy with their weight. I mean, like, and they just...
No female's happy at 230 pounds.
I completely disagree.
What I see this as, she thinks that, tanning is no work. Tanning is no work. She gets to go lay down. Rather than go sweat her ass off in the gym, she'd rather do the easy thing, which, by the way, I think no guy is going to, well, she needs to lose 60 pounds, but she's tanned. No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, man.
She still stinks.
I do.
I don't know.
I mean, look,
like, I think that there's some girls out there that are big. I mean, I've certainly been attracted to big women.
No, I'm not saying that big girls can't be attractive. But what I'm saying is, if you want to go down the pathway of what are the steps I need to take to look better, I don't think that's the first place to start.
Well, if a girl's going to be big, I mean, she might as well make the best of what she's got. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, if she's going to be big, and let's say I like a big girl who's 230 pounds, who's over the weight limit of the tanning bed, I feel like that if she wanted to be like, make the best of what you got, man. Like, I don't know.
That's like saying, sure, all my teeth are busted out, so I'm fucking snaggletooth. I might as well, swish some scope around in there, No, go fix your fucking teeth.
So I'm 400 pounds. I shouldn't even fucking dress like a human being. Like I should.
No.
Why even try? Like why should I even fucking?
We're
Why
talking
cut my
about
hair?
women here, James.
No, James, right now, I need to lose 50, 60 pounds. I really do. Okay.
So do I.
So why you get your hair cut?
No, but that's what I'm saying. But what do? Well, I try to dress nice. You know, I'm not wearing tank tops. I don't even wear tank tops. But there's no point in me, like, I don't think tanning. I'm just going to get my hair cut. I'm going to dress nice. I'm going to look like a decent fucking human being. And in the meantime, I'm going to hit up the gym as much as I can, you know, if I'm feeling motivated.
Tank tops?
Not really.
I do.
Do you?
Because I have my tattoo or whatever, and nobody ever sees it. Like, literally nobody will ever see that fucking tattoo.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you know, a Mexican lady with her titties hanging out with devil horns, no one really wants to see that tattoo anyways.
I guess. Maybe I'm just going to start wearing fucking... I'm just going to own it. I'm just going to start wearing fucking tank tops.
Do it. Be the professional computer IT guy that wears tank tops.
I mean, not at work, but I mean, like, maybe for fun. Maybe tomorrow night at Sherlock's or whatever, I'll wear a tank top.
Let's do it, man.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Me neither.
Well, no, like,
I'll just roll my sleeve up.
It's very easy to just, you know, it's very easy to pretend like you're trying, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like, if you want... She got the unlimited tanning, so she recognizes that it's going to take more than one session to get all over her body.
Well, I mean, she couldn't afford the spray tanning, to be honest. It's just too much liquid.
I mean, all she had to do was come back when the fucking stand-up bed worked.
I know.
I mean, like, and then none of this would happen. Like, both of them could have made better decisions. And if she was unwilling to do that, give her fucking money back.
This is fucking fat and proud movement. Like, she's embarrassed that she got humiliated for being, fat. Well, whenever she should be humiliated for, being fat.
I agree. To me, this goes back to...
I should be humiliated for being fat,
To me, this goes back to something that's been getting on my nerves a lot lately, passive activism, which is basically, if you disagree with this, change your Facebook icon status. Well, that doesn't do shit. But it's a really easy way for you to do nothing and feel like you're doing something.
It's a really easy way for me to not know who the fuck you are on Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
It pisses me off.
But this is the same thing. This is a way where this chick can feel like she's doing something to improve herself, but she's really not. Yeah. She's just living a fucking lie, in my opinion.
Yep.
All right, last story here. Holy Grail of video games valued at $38,000, bought at Goodwill for only $8. A North Carolina woman, Patty McGravy, stumbled, because she's a fatty. No. A North Carolina woman stumbled across a rare find when she purchased a 1980s video game from a Goodwill store for $8. That may not sound like a great deal. However, it turns out that the game... Family Fun Fitness Stadium Events may be worth as much as $38,000.
I heard of it.
Only 2,000 copies of the game were produced, with just 200 of those ever making it into the hands of customers before the game was recalled. So, yeah, I mean, it's just super rare. That's what drove it up.
I've never heard of that game.
Supposedly one sold a few years ago for about $10K.
Holy shit.
The reason hers is probably not going to do 38 is they said it was opened, but it was in great condition. That's insane.
I thought like the Holy Grail was that one that's like... The game that they used for like the Nintendo tournaments or whatever, what was that called?
Yeah, there's like some tournament edition something.
Yeah, it's like it has like all like the same one they use in the Wizard.
Yeah.
That same kind of deal. Like I thought that was the like valuable.
I think there's a handful of like NES games that break the 10K mark. It's my understanding there's like a dull or a yellow Zelda cartridge that was meant just for testing.
Okay.
Like repair shops just testing. So it was like there's only like 500 of those. Like there's a lot of really neat ones out there.
Interesting.
Yeah, Clark, you've got a nice little retro game collection built up, don't you?
Yeah, that's kind of my thing.
I just started again. I had a bunch. I got rid of most of them. I started with Earthworm Jim for Super Nintendo. I got it for $40, man. It's in immaculate shape.
Every time Drew comes down, he hits up all of the... What's that game store in town?
Game Fellas?
No, not that one. I don't know. There's a game, like a retro game store, like that's a chain. And
he just scours that?
Yeah, he goes, every time he's here, he spends the entire Sunday. He goes, there's one in Round Rock, there's one in North Austin, there's one in South Austin. Fuck, I don't remember the name of it. But they're like Drew does that every fucking Sunday. He goes and he buys like $300 worth of fucking NES games.
Yeah, he's looking to amass his collection.
Yeah, and I'm just
Here's my question.
Jesus Christ.
Here's where I'm going to run into trouble, because I'm starting this up again. I figured I'd do like one a paycheck. I'm picky in that when I buy these games, I want the original box, I want the original manual, I want it like it was bought in the store. It doesn't have to be in perfect condition, but I want
almost hard, like impossible to find.
No, they're all there. They're just expensive.
Because the people who have them like that know what they're worth.
Yeah, well, so for instance, here's something I've learned. You can go on eBay, you can type in pretty much any game that's ever existed, type in CIB for complete in box. There are tons that are still in the original shrink wrap. They've been there for 20 years. No one's touched them, but they start at like $600 a piece.
Game Over is the name of the store, by the way.
Yeah, I've been in there. It's a good store. But yeah, I want to rebuild my collection, but I'm not... If I'm going to collect these, I don't want just the cartridge. I want the complete package. I'm willing to pay more, but that's why I was like, I'm just going to do like one a paycheck.
I have some closed in box games. I never really got into NES. I did a little bit of SNES, but my big thing, because whenever that was around, I was playing like computer.
Right.
But whenever I got into consoles, it was really like around PlayStation, the first one.
PlayStation 1 was so good, man.
Yeah, PlayStation 1's my favorite. Dreamcast. So like these games,
man, I love Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like these aren't super rare to find or anything, but so they're still pretty cheap. If you grab them now, you can still amass a pretty decent collection for almost nothing. And really, these are really fun to hunt for because if you're not a stickler for the shrink wrap, you can still find. You can just go on Craigslist or flea markets, and people are still selling these. Black Label, Final Fantasy VII. All the discs, all the manuals. Still selling those for like $10 because I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah. My thought is start with NES because it's the oldest, and like I know it's $100 today, but it's going to be $300 tomorrow. Just like gold. Invest in gold.
Just like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's crashing.
See how the fuck that went.
I think that's about it, gentlemen. I think that is about it. Jungle James.
This has been fun.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been I've been kind of out of the podcast game. I did that one.
Oh, he's been out of the game.
I did a TV one for a little while on TV shows and stuff, and scheduling conflicts happened or whatever, so we didn't do it. But we did that for like 6 months or so. But I really love it. It's one of my favorite hobbies.
Me and Clark, we said we need the best, and so we went out. Man, we flew a chopper out to a cabin in the middle of the woods where Jungle James had retired. He had a long beard. He was chopping wood, and he's like, "I told you, I'm out." And we're like, "We need you.
America needs you."
Yeah. He's like, "I'm out,"
and I'm here today.
And then we're like, "They've got Tracy."
I donated
and he said,
my
"Oh
beard.
God!" And he shaved himself bald, his whole body, and here he is.
Yep, in a tank top.
All right, everybody checks out. Everybody has a podcast.com. While you're there, don't be a cheap bitch. Click on that Audible link in the top right there. Do us a favor, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/everybodyhasapodcast. Give us a like. Please tell your friends. Just give us a like. Twitter.com/everybodypod. Tweet us.
Can people donate directly?
Not yet, but we're going to start adding these things. I'm just slowly building up.
Just curious.
Yeah. We're going to play you out this week with a song from one of my favorite podcasts, Campground Pirate Radio. Go to campgroundpirateradio.com. Our friend Uncle Waldo will rock your socks off with just awesome psychobilly rock. It's fantastic. If you ever want to get pumped up, check it out. campgroundpirateradio.com. This song is called La Caja del Muerto by the Barbed Wires. Tune in next week where we glaze a ham over moist mahogany chips.